Hello everyone, I am the Tree Golem One, and welcome to Pikmin 2. Pikmin 2, not Pikmin. This out of the three as of right now is my favorite game. The charm it has. Also, I think Pikmin 2 is the... Is this right grammar the most difficult out of the three? Probably is. I don't know. I'm not a grammar guy. Anyways, I just really like how they did Pikmin 2, as it's easy to understand and whatnot, and we're not, that's the intro cutscene, but we're going to see that in a second anyways. Get right on in to the pick of two. The Min Pick 2. The pick Mina. Pocket Freight is a long-haul deep space shipping company. One day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Olimov, crashed on an uncharted planet while on an interstellar vacation. There he was aided by indigenous creatures which he called Pikmin. In the end, Captain Olimar escaped. But in Olimar's absence, his employer, Pocket Freight, I need to find out. No, you're isn't bad. No vacation. Captain Olimar. No vacation. Come back. Yeah. I will let the game speak for itself for now. You mean to tell me we get back and within the first 5 minutes, our ship that we spent like half a month rebuilding is destroyed, or not destroyed, taken away from us, and now we're sent back here where we almost died. Speaking of dying. First, that was close. I have averted a crash landing. Running diagnostics. Alert! Danger! Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting protocol or is in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. Wait a moment. Look! Look! Could these be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak. You must help them. Quickly, press B to call them with your whistle. Olimar. You can also hold B to make the sound of your whistle carry farther, remember? Not like I just played. The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instructions and do not delay. Hold A to grab Pikmin and throw it. Hold A to grab a Pikmin, release it to throw it! So this, like in the first game, is a dwarf bulbor. Not related to the adults, but it's weird, I know. Death. Attention, Captain Olimar. I have just re-established my communication link with Louis. He is fortunate and managed to confirm his safety. Press Y to communicate with him. I am quite interested in the details of his condition.
Louis.
Louis, allow me to assess your condition, as per our safety protocols. Are you at all injured? Is that so? Then my concerns are at ease. Our communication links show you are nearby. And you make your way to our location and rejoin us. I will navigate for you. Press start/pause to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. So yeah, this game has 2 captains. As this will become a trend of each game series. The higher the number, the more the captain. Louis, the odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's report. The seed, the onion, ejected just sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with A. Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. You can use C to issue objectives to your Pikmin squad and even direct their movement. You can disband your squad with X. Interesting. Olimar's description of the creatures resembling Pikmin characters was strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? You all remember that short that was on the 3DS that you had to like pay for? It was like the first one where Olimar was like blending Pikmin or something. So yeah, as typical of day one is very slow, so as before I'm probably gonna speed it up like this. The onion injected more seeds. The pellets from the flower must hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients, haul them to the onion, and further propagate the species. The onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Olimar's report, it seems repeatedly tapping A lets one rapidly pluck Pikmin sprouts. So, this is a point I actually want to bring across, because, I don't know, I feel like it's somewhat important. As with the recording of these, I've actually fully recorded all of Pikmin in the first week, and so this is actually the Wednesday, and episode 3? Like, days, between 5 and 6 should be uploaded today. So, there's that. And I got my first comment, like, actual comment, that wasn't just some random person. Told me about a video of his called Pikmin Hybrids. Actually, it's pretty interesting, and I listened to it while doing dishes. If you want to check out his channel, you can find his channel in the comments of the first episode of Pikmin, like days 1 and 2. So, yeah. Honestly, it's pretty unique, and there was some other stuff that I saw that also looked unique. So, if you want to just give it a listen or watch it, go for it. Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with all of us. Can you see him? Press L to move the camera behind you, R to zoom, and Z to change angle. So, yeah, as you see, change the angle, but I think, yeah, if you hold R, you can do this cool little zoom in. I don't know if this was in Pikmin 1, but I just found it cool. And I missed it. Oh no. It's you! Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? From now on, use B to form a single group, X to take a solo action, and Y to change leaders. So yeah, in this game, this was like pretty much the introduction of much more multitasking. As you are able now to easily have two captains go in two separate directions on a map and get stuff done that way. So yeah, don't mind if I just speed this up, because all this is really just us carrying back corpse. And this treasure takes a long time to get there. So, as we sit, I'm just gonna talk about other stuff. More or less, like I said in the first game, I do have LPs, like, after this one, after Pikmin Plan, and it'll depend on if I can get through them all before Pikmin 4 comes out. So, we'll just have to see about that. That's probably something I'm forgetting, but oh well. Courage Reactor. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. It will be done in record time. I took the liberty of naming it when I appraised it. The name reflects my current thinking. Leave it to me to come up with catchy names for hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here, and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, do communicate with Hakate. To communicate with Hakate, we must fly into a low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. Yes, you can actually skip this cutscene now. I think you can do it in Pikmin 1 on the Wii, but you couldn't do it on the GameCube, so yay! Freedom from a cutscene. So yeah, instead of grabbing ship parts, you're grabbing treasures. And I'm gonna go through this. Battle here is how many Pikmin you've lost in a battle on that day. Sunset is how many Pikmin you lose at the end of the day if you can't have a ball. Which, honestly, doesn't happen too often because of a mechanic in the game. But I'll get into that here in a bit. Fire, of course, how many Pikmin lost to fire. Water is not actually a new hazard like I initially thought. But it's much more prominent in this game due to it not just being exclusive to the Gulix. Well, water as in also, like, bodies of water, but yeah, there's another way Pikmin can die to water. Electricity is instant kill. Yeah, not fun. So is explosion, and poison is a new hazard that we'll get into a bit later. It's pretty much fire but poison. I'm not joking, that's literally how it is. You found your first bit of treasure. Fine work. Our future depends on your efforts, so check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often. Keep up the pace. And we are safe. So here we have two things. We have the Piccolopedia, which I will show. Which pretty much just allows you to, like, find out about enemies and whatnot. I don't think I'm going to do it for every single enemy. I think I'll do it for, like, the main enemies, but not the, like, pellet posies. I feel like that would just be boring. And here we have the treasure hoard. I think I'm only going to do this with, like, treasures of merit. Of, like, boss treasures. Oh, no, there's bosses in this game. Oh, no. But, yeah. Anyways, we are going to go back to the Valley of Repose. I don't think I'm going to do what I did in the first game with doing, like, 2 days. They'll just be 30-minute episodes. The only reason why I did it with, the first game was just because each day was about 50 minutes long. A little less. Anyways. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? The Pikmin seem to still be asleep inside their onion. What lazy creatures. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and press A to call them out. So yeah, this is our first, like, time day. So, every day, like I was saying, is about 13-15 minutes. So, it's nothing really too difficult of a concept to understand. You're just trying to get as much done in a day as possible. However, these first 3 days are kind of just going to be the same old of you want to get this done on this day, and you want to make sure you get it done quickly. as... Okay, good. Because unlike the first game, this game is in time, so don't worry about being quick if you aren't good at doing that. That's why I like this game a lot more, is the asset of not being timed on every little thing you do is a nice change of pace, I guess? Come on. Anyways, so we pluck all these guys and we head over here, grabbing Olimar. This is a new thing, weighing down stuff. Paper bags are not going to be the only thing we run into. Actually, I think there's only, like, after this one, I think there's only, like, one more paper bag you actually have to weigh down. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Why paper bag. Anyways, there's a new concept I actually somewhat like of laying down stuff in order to do it. Over here, do enemy, and renamed actually. I think this is the only enemy in this game, by the way, that actually got renamed. This is no longer the spotty Bulborb, but the red Bulborb. Still not linked to the dwarf Bulborbs, weirdly, but in the first game you wanted to swarm. This game it's a lot quicker, so yeah. By the way, this guy, don't feel bad if you lose Pikmin to him. It's something that's very easy to do, because sometimes Bulborbs are very weird when it comes to throwing Pikmin. Of course, this is the only one you actually have to deal with when it comes to throwing them with normal type of Pikmin like Reds. And speaking of Reds, this brings me to my next point I was going to get into. Each Pikmin has a different attribute to them. Reds do more damage than normal type of Pikmin by 1.5. And they are fire resistant. Reds in this game are the Pikmin you're going to need the least of, because, well, let's just say there's going to be a Pikmin type that we're going to run into that quite literally demolishes Reds in anything they want it to be up. If we go over here, actually, real quick, we'll see. Well, that got done in record time. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall? When massed, their might is ferocious. Louis, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not. Olimar, you are failing your duty as a superior. Allow me to explain. Press A to grab Pikmin. Okay, it's pretty much the same stuff. He stole this before. Forming with the C-stick. That's only really helpful when, you of course need to swim treasures. But you're gonna more or less be throwing in this game than actually doing any of that things. So. And so now it's just the waiting game of waiting for this to get back. Is there anything up here? No. Okay, this got back. I promise not every day's gonna be like this where you're just having to wait for something. But utter scrap. Factual. Anyways. get into more reasons why. We're actually about to get into another reason why I really like this game. It's actually a very controversial thing, I guess you could say, with Pikmin fans, I think. This right here. Interesting. Warm air is welling from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underground? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear, the leader group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. So this is a new mechanic in Pikmin 2. Caves. Or dungeons, or whatever you want to call them. You're entering with a squadron of Pikmin, and those little icons on top are what's going to be in the dungeon. So this dungeon could have either fire, water, if it's lit up. Of course, later on we'll see how many treasures are in each dungeon. Of course, right now it says 0, but there's going to be an upgrade that actually will tell you how many treasures are in each dungeon. So, yeah. Also, any Pikmin that are not in your squad will just go back to the onion. But there is somewhat of a little small glitch that could happen that I think. Later on, we're going to be running into Candy Pop Buds that will give you... Oh no, spoiler, Candy Pop Buds. That will... Or just a function that will allow you to get more Pikmin. Sometimes Pikmin will delete themselves if above ground and not in your party. It's a very strange thing. But it can happen. There's actually a video footage of this happening. Of someone who did a deathless run. Very weird. Anyways. Intriguing, my heat sensors indicate that this hole's interior is warmer than on the surface. Analysis suggests subterranean areas may support different life forms than the surface. If you wish to check underground terrain, press start/pause, blah blah blah. I'm not just a ship, I'm an all-purpose support pod. Anyways. So yeah, dungeons. I like them a lot because it actually involves a little bit of strategizing on the player's part. Oh, I need this many Pikmin for this area. And while telling you what you're gonna want. By the way, these enemies that we literally just killed, these are what are known as dwarf snowy snowboards? I think that was what their name is. They're either dwarf snowboards or snowy bulbors. Something like that. Anyways, they're just a recolor. That's it. Now, if we bring the course back to the ship, get a funny bit of dialogue here. How can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I will store your finds in my hole. But I do not think beasts will be worth much. Yeah, these guys are worth, like, nothing more than... There's not a single enemy in this game, I think, that is worth more than 15 Pokos. Unless I'm wrong in that. So, honestly, just ignore them. Anyways, we have a 7-up cap. Quenching Emblem. This hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louis, you do recall that blah 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 blah, yeah. Pretty much the same stuff that we just learned. Anyways, why caves are somewhat controversial. I'm not entirely understand on details. I just know there are people that like it and people that don't like it. Like, it could be either for the fact that it takes away from the strategy of like time management or something. I don't know. I like it, and it looks like they are making a return to Pikmin 4, so I'll be happy. Anyway, yeah, these enemies are really not that to deal with. Nay, a globe! It's inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design of the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. Creators. Even if you like somehow cheese the game, it was just like, yeah, no, that's not happening. And then I guess another reason also with dungeons is dungeons can be randomly generated. Most of them are, and I guess people don't like that. I don't really. But that's just me personally. Anyways. These are, I think, violet candy pop-ups? Outstanding! A flower blooms in the cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly, it is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. Unlike the first game, these only allow you to throw 5 in before dissipating. Yeah, they never dissipated in the first game. Anyways. It's a sumo wrestler! Amazing, a purple Pikmin. It has hair and is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers. Intriguing. Perhaps there are others? Purple Pikmin are literally the embodiment of this game, and if they weren't in this game, you would probably lose every single Pikmin at least once. They are quite honestly the embodiment of Powerhouse. By the way, now that we have multiple types of Pikmin, using the D-pad, you can now actually switch what type of Pikmin you want to throw. So, throwing a purple, many people know this, I'll do that thud sound. Sometimes when an enemy is hit by said thud sound, they will get stunned. And they have a homing attack. So these Bulborbs, literally half the time when a purple is thrown, they'll die. Also, purples have a 10 times multiplier in how much they can carry. As stated. And thus we shall now win for this. Another thing about purple, they have a 3 times multiplier when fighting enemies. So yeah, double that of reds. The only thing they have less than reds is speed, but when fighting, you're not really gonna be moving around all that much, so it's almost like an in-factored weakness. They just waste time in a way, and that's it. Oh, I love it. Oh my god. Miracle Atlas! There is a device resembling a microchip embedded inside this sphere, retrieving data. Error, I can only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographic charts. I will input this data into my planetary database and name it the Sphere Chart. Blah blah blah. Access the solar skid, radar. And we shall go to a new area the next day. By the way, without you can tell there are no more treasures on the floor when Pikmin are singing this song. Also, being careful not to press the button that resets the game like I did in the first episode. Here is a quick chart of what you have. Onion is how many Pikmin are in the onion at the time, along with the rocket, which is a new thing where purples are going to be stored at. This is how the other one is where Pikmin are all stored at, or Pikmin that are with you, and of course, free is where how many Pikmin are just doing jack shit, or they're killing something or whatnot. Another thing about purples, they are only found in caves. I guess the balancing says if you could just propagate them by just taking them to an onion, yeah, they'd be kind of busted. Of course, they got the biggest nerf hammer of all time in Pikmin 3, but this is Pikmin 2, not 3, so. Outstanding! Water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and press A to try. You know, you never see this hole on the map, so I like to think that when the geyser shoots you up like this, they that one Pikmin. I like to think that you're just being launched with the force of 1,000 suns. Alright, cave complete. You'll get this little message saying you completed the cave, and you'll get a flag. This flag will let you know that you got everything within the cave, and there's nothing left. By the way, feel no shame if you lose too many Pikmin and you have to leave a dungeon. As long as you make it to the geyser, you get whatever treasure you got, and you can simply just go right back in with a new squadron of Pikmin, if so be it. And with that, oh, excuse me, the Valley of Repose? I like when we come back above ground, the ship is like perfectly timed with that. You have successfully returned to the planet surface. This excellent decision-making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. You've gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the President tonight, detailing your progress. Olimar Louis, since you you will explore a new area tomorrow. Today's work is done. What? You still want to work? Unacceptable. You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. You should take a much-needed rest, as you all have all the time you need to collect the treasure. Yeah, this is pretty much your note of you have unlimited days, which I honestly do like. That there's no, like, of you have a certain amount of time. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. Here's a report. We made money. And then, of course, no deaths, which is very nice. Baby steps first, Dolomar. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt is with Happy Hockaday savings and loans, after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess. So, ha! Ha! And with that... Oh, this was 40 minutes. I did not realize it was that long. Oh well. With that, I think that is enough to call this an episode. So, thank you all for watching. And in the next episode, we'll be exploring this area called the Awakening Ward. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye!